So now we have successfully completed our unit 3. Now under unit 4, what are we going to learn? Under unit 4, the name of the unit 4 may be environment. But what we are learning here is how best we can live on this earth. I put how best. When I say how best means, you have to live and you have to let live others also. When I say others means not other human beings. If I do some harm to the other human beings, I am liable to get some punishment. But what about these snakes which we are killing? What about the frogs which we are killing? What about the buffaloes? What about the animals? And if at all we are going in count, there were many animals yesterday. If we keep the count today, we feel wonder that many thousands out of it, they got vanished. Why so? So here in this lesson, we have been taught about the reptiles from there, even ants from there, and even frog, even vultures, even your tigers, whatever, whether it is wildlife or whatsoever. How important is that? So now just let us see. This rainy season, we have a great amount of rainfall. Can we expect guaranteedly the same kind of rainfall next year? Doubtful. Why this much of rainfall? Many may predict many things. And why not next year? Many may predict many things. But there is no a confirmed answer for it. Meteorological Survey of India, those people may sit somewhere, they may study and they may say, this year we may have the very soon monsoon, that may they will say. But how soon the monsoon, we don't know. So why that? That is something which is not in your hand. That is something which human cannot control over it. You may control anything. So certain things in geography you are reading, I have read, right? And certain people have been reading for years together. They have been teaching years together in geography. What are the conditions? In geography, if you leave it, if you see the biology, in biology also we are reading under suitable circumstances. What are the suitable circumstances? In germination, if you see, under suitable circumstances, the seed tends to germinate. The plumule, it starts, the radicle, it starts, radicle goes into the earth, plumule goes into the air. That way we all read. If that has to happen, why scarcity of food grains then? That is somewhere ecologically it is damaged somewhere. Environment is endangered or damaged. Now it is a good time for us to repair it or control the damage. If you cannot repair it, it is time to control the damage. Reptiles are necessary, frogs are necessary, even your insects are necessary. You are reading in biology through insects. What happens through insects? The pollen grains will fall on the stigma. Means their fertilization should occur, means the insects are necessary, the animals are necessary. The wind is necessary. Why I am telling all these things is the snake, simply it may be wriggling round, but it is doing a certain thing good for your earth. It is controlling the population of the frogs. Frogs, they are controlling the population of the insects. The insects, if they are more, again it is harmful. So everything is there, whether it is a surgical effect or medicinal effect, whatever it is there, the earth, the nature, the environment, it has taken its own care. We need not to do anything. Simply we are to ensure the environment is not put into danger. That is what we have to see. And so the lesson is here. There are many environmentalists, many. Everybody said the same thing. Gerald Riddell, a great man is there, he is after the animals. What he said is, this universe is just like a cobweb. If at all you touch, you put pressure on one string, the whole cobweb gets agitated. The same manner, this universe as it is, with all the things, it has a certain bearing and it bears. If at all you are disturbing the entire bearing capacity of the universe. So, the buffaloes are to be there, the cows are to be there, the goats are to be there, the deer should be there, the tiger should be there, the elephant should be there, a lion should be there, your crabs, your fish, everything, aquaculture, and here these animals on the land, animals in the air, aviators, everything should be there. These all come into one single unit. If at all something is imbalancing, then your human existence may get imbalanced. Earlier we were very huge. How huge we were. Recently I was seeing in the Facebook, there is a photograph of a family. They are the tallest people. Now we are talking about the tallest people. If you go to Solar Jung Museum, the sword itself was this solar junks, they have used it. That has to be put over here, the length, and putting over here, and you should not touch the land even. That means you can simply imagine how tall they were earlier. What happened to the tallness of the human being? And whenever we are given the pictures of an alien, very short, right, having something here, nose something, eyes are something, just like a liquidating body they have, means what? Someday or other you may become that. Because of the eco-balance, because of the imbalanced eco-balance over there, you may become that. So that is the warning we are getting through this lesson, environment. What is talked about here? Here we have a Whittaker. He is Indian born. Sorry, he is Indian origin, but he is from America. American born, 65 years. He could able to understand the importance of the nature as it is. And so he established some, what we call as, he wanted to do wonders with it, and he wanted to have some places whereupon the, what we can say, the wild animal can be restored, can be saved, can be tamed. That way he wanted to. So, a mother's tolerance, you see here I am reading the third para. A mother's tolerance for a small boy's fascination with snakes became the basis of the notable career in herpetology. Herpetology means to study about the snakes. Ornithology is study about the birds. Right? So, herpetology for Whittaker. Author of 8 books and over 150 articles, he served in the key reptile posts and has inspired many with 23 acclaimed environmental documents, such as the National Geographical film King Cobra in 1984 for his project to help the indigenous Irula people of Tamil Nadu make the transition from their old trade catching snakes for the now banned skin trade, to collect snake venom to produce life-saving anti-venom serum. He received an honorable mention in the Rolex Award of Enterprises. You see, people are killing. What for? For their own purposes. Snakes are being killed. What for? To remove the skin. What do they do with the skin? The wallets, money purses, handbags, vanity, passion. For the sake of a passion, what we are doing is we are removing one species from the earth. So now what he did is the people should not, that is, they were living on that. They used to catch reptiles, remove the skin and sell it to the manufacturers. Now if I ask them, don't do it, do they stop? No. Then they are to be given another alternative means of earning money. So what is the another means of earning? Is collect the venom and leave the snake again. When you remove the venom, that becomes non-dangerous. Non-venomous and non-dangerous. Again, it will take some time to get that venom back again for it. Whenever it gets back the venom, again he goes and collects it. With that venom, that means poison, they have started manufacturing a serum which acts as the medicine for the snake bite. So their earning is there, reassured earning. So these people will start in saving the snakes. Poaching every paper, if you see, every daily we see poaching. Deer has been killed, there hippopotamus has been killed, here the tiger has been killed, there a tusker has been killed. Why? Because the tusker ivory is the costlier, so it has been killed. The tiger, the skin is wanted, the teeth are wanted, the claw is wanted. So for everything they kill it. Right? Why? They know only that kind of art to live on. A butcher knows how to cut throat the goat and how to rip it off, how to remove the what we call flesh and how to sell it. He knows that much. If you want him to stop the job, he will become again unemployed. So here environment should be taken care, saved. But again, one of the person who lives on that should also be taken care. That is what Whitaker has shown. He was a little boy and at a very tender age, his mother was talking to him about the saving of the reptiles, etc. So he had become that. So again, ironically, again 6th paragraph I am reading, ironically the water that Whitaker is intent on saying is in the form of a rain, one of the major obstacles to conservation research in many parts of India. Despite being recognition worldwide a biodiversity hotspots, relatively little is known about India's dwindling rainforests and the many species for which they are home. But monsoon downpours make it near impossible for researchers to operate at the very time the most scientifically interesting events are occurring in the landscape and the lives of its inhabitants. At Agombe, where Whitaker caught his first king cobra back in 1971, annual rainfall was 10 meters or so, condemns outsiders not just to swam of leeches along with wet clothes and tents, but also to guaranteed malfunction in all the equipment bound up the recording, communication and calculating. That is what the difficulties he faced. But even then, he established many centers. One is Agombe Center, we can see here, for the research of these snakes. Where do they dwell? In the rainy forests. What is that one? Rainy forests here are what we can say here. Conservation research in many parts of India, despite being recognized worldwide as biodiversity hotspots, relatively little is known about India's dwindling rainforests. Rain to fall, what are all the conditions required we know. Sufficient heat is required for evaporation. And sufficient windfall should be required to carry these clouds, these water vapor to the clouds. And again, there should be a condition that it should get cooled and rainfall should be there. So wherever these equatorial regions are there we can see these rainforests. Rainforest means heavy rainfall will be there. So the undergrowth will be very heavy, very tall trees would be there, right? And passability into that forest will be very difficult. And marshy in some areas, watery some areas, and dangerous also by many snakes and all these things. Even then, he wanted to establish a center over there for the research. Means people are there facing many hardships. They are doing research for. What for? How many species were there earlier? How many species are now? And how many are extinct? What is the impact of that extinction? All these things they research. And now they started what we call cultivation of this kind of species again. Cultivation, I say. Why? They are needed, they must be there. If I say something, you feel wonder. About 60,000 tons of frog has been exported to China from India. See, frog. Why frog is required? I already told it is a scavenger. It catches the insects. And if that frog has been sent, exported for money, can you imagine how the man has fallen down to earn money simply? They feel only the money is the money, that's all, nothing is there. Right? And in America, we read in some other magazines, etc., the people want the land, and so the native people, they are shifted to some other place. Why land? They want to cut the trees, they want to build the houses over there. So if at all the trees are there, what is the impact on the environment? If the houses are there, what is the impact? I need not tell you, you know it. In a summer day, 12 o'clock, just stand on the road and see. And at the same time, the same moment, if there is some grass and some earth is there, you stand in there and see where you feel comfortable. Obviously on the earth where grass is there, not on the road. Why? The same kind of heat both the things are getting. But here the road is radiating the heat. You are having the heat from the sun and heat from the road. And maybe if you are passing through some buildings all around, they are also leaving that heat. They can't absorb. And so they leave it. But the trees, they absorb the heat. They don't reflect it. And hence you feel cool over there wherever trees are there. And in place of trees, you are building very big, tall buildings. Concrete jungle they call. So there you can find out what is the importance of your environment. If that is such, you don't want your ACs, you don't want your coolers, you don't want your fans, you don't want your refrigerators. Do you mean to say the milk was kept in refrigeration in olden days? But they used to use the milk every day. Right? So here he is talking about the keeping of environment, researches have to be done, where we have to establish the laboratory, how to get the information. This Whitaker, he is an Indian origin but born in America, and he has worked for reptiles. In 1971 he got his first Cobra, and the people in Tamil Nadu, they were, what we can say, what are the name is here, in 1984 for the project of help of indigenous Irula people, Tamil Nadu. What is the profession? To catch the snakes. and rip open the skin, tan it, and send it to the factories for making purses, etc. And so he has put some alternative earning thing for them. And so they were attracted. They were no more killing the snakes. If at all he is killing snake and his earning capacity is getting down. If at all he is leaving the snake, once again he can catch it and once again he can remove the venom. That way, showing something, lucrating people to join into that mission, that is to save snake. That way we take had taught something. Agombe station also he has given here. The Agombe station itself consists of living and working quarters purpose built to function during the monsoon and to be self-sufficient in renewable energy. You see, energy also, power is necessary. Power is necessary means he has not taken the wires from here to there, right? And there is no. He started his own power station also there and houses there and the equipment of laboratory, everything. That way he established his Agumbe center there for the research, right? So, now 6 of the 7 stations already exist in various stages of development and now need vital new laboratory equipment and in some cases physical expansion to bring them up to speed for the network. Now, 7 he has established and 6 are fully equipped and stations already exist and various stages. They are in various stages. Some wanted the houses are to be built. Some power is required. Some laboratory equipment is required. Like that in several stages they are there by the time this book has been printed. So now rainforest vanishing rapidly. Rainforests, why don't they vanish rapidly? Why don't they? Let us ask ourselves. Why? We are the main reason that we are just evading the rain. Evading means what? We are removing everything which are required, the conditions which are required for the rainfall. We are removing everything. Water, it has to be there in the river. Okay, we want the water at home. We bring that through pipes. Through pipes we are bringing the water from there to here. How much evaporation we are causing? We are letting? No. Right? And if that water has been brought through canals, there is a chance for the water to get evaporated. Right? And now we are keeping the water in the rivers also. If you see the summer, the river bed is only sandy, there is no water. We don't leave anything, even a single drop, we don't leave. We extract every drop. Every state is fighting with other state. Want of water. There are boards, Krishna board, Godavari board. Likewise, we have boards to control it. See to it. Natural source it is. It is something which should flow from Nasik to here Kakinada. It should flow by itself. But we have made many, what we call as stoppages to it. Why? We have projects. What projects? Hydroelectricity project. And we are stopping the floods, flood control. We are giving 2 names for it and we have stopped the natural flow of it. Then from where this rainforest would come? How much water should go evaporated there? Now again, in childhood we read all these things. The mountains, they should stop the water vapor. What we are doing instead is we are removing the mountains for the granite. We are removing it. Why? We want that stone to build the houses. So the big mountains, we are making them into complete, what we can say is a field we are making it, a plain we are making it out. So who will stop the clouds over there? Just simply we have to see, cloud is coming. Gone. Clouds won't stop. because there is no stoppage, there is no break for it. They are to be accumulated somewhere. There is no accumulation at all. They go away. So this is one more thing where we are just failing to have this rainforest, rains at least. If at all we have rains, then forest would come. If there is no rain, there is only plain. People say this is the forest. The other day I was wondering when I was going by car to Pune, they said it is a forest area. There is a demarcation completely. It is a forest area, forest department's area. Where are the trees then? There are no trees. Why? No rains, no water. So forest area is reducing. If the forest area is reducing, what about the wildlife? You see here I have put everything. Situation. Earlier, because of the situation where the certain place is situated, because of that rains are falling. It is in between mountains, hills at least. Right? On the hills means it has to rain. A very good amount of rain. Now, where is it situated? It is on the plains. Waterfall not there. And again vegetation. Vegetation means nothing but trees, plants, grass, and everything. If that is not there, there should be there to get the water from the underground and gets evaporated. These are the means. Those are not there. And third again, wild animals, vegetation, wild animals. What vegetation we have, natural vegetation over there? We used to read, for wheat, there are certain conditions. For rice to go, there are certain conditions. Sugarcane to grow, certain conditions. And your cotton to grow, certain conditions are required. And for your tobacco, chili, all these things we read it. But now every person wanted this everything to be cultivated. Hybrid they call. Means circumstances, out of the conditions and out of the circumstances they are growing it. So they don't bother for it. But we should go as per the specified vegetation. This area, this rainfall, this heat, this humidity, this air, for this or this earth. For this sugarcane is good. And again, cross cropping, right? Alternate cropping. All these things we are there for the books only. Every year, one sugarcane is being cut, the sugarcane again they are sowing once again sugarcane. Means alternate crop they are not following, they don't bother. So environment means what is required, that has to be given, then only this. These all things, who said it is not me? Rainforest vanishing rapidly, rapid rate. Why? Because of that. And here we have given a prize, Nobel Prize, to whom? To a person from Africa, Wangari Maathai stated the Green Belt movement and also fought for equal rights of women in Africa. From Africa, Wangari Maathai, a person, she has started Green Belt revolution. Means she could able to understand the value of your earth and earth's produce. What is the main act the earth does in your life? You should understand. Now, this is an interview form, a question and an answer. Now, how is peace connected to a good environment? She has been given a Nobel Prize for peace. Why? She is a good environmentalist. So what is the connection between this peace and environment? That was the question put to her. What is the answer you can see? Many wars that are fought in the world are fought over natural resources. How rightly she said, you see. Many wars have been fought only for the natural resources. India, 1857, Sipahis mutiny. Why? Britishers have come and they established their own settlements here and they started producing something which is a very new thing for our farmers. Blue. Right? Our farmers, they don't want it. They didn't want. Why? The earth is getting completely infertile. They don't want it. But they want. There is a war. Whenever there are loss of resource, and not only loss of resource, okay, French people have come, Dutch people have come, Portuguese people have come. All they want to fight for the same resource here. Then war occurs. And in Africa, if you see, diamonds are there, gold is there, and many other produce is there. And people want over there. And there is war. Wherever war is there, because of that only, to occupy the natural resources. So, many wars that are fought in the world are fought over natural resources. Some wars are fought because the environment is so degraded that it is not able to support communities, and so they fight over the little that is left. Exactly 1857, the same thing. Sipahis mutiny, we said. There are many reasons, but one of the most reason is that people started non-cooperation. We don't want to. Only if you go away, then we are going to cooperate you. That is also a kind of war only. Why? My land it is, and they are making it completely infertile. So, if at all they go away, how can I survive here? A big question mark has come, and so wars started. So, others are fought because some people want to take a lot of resources to control them and to keep many other people out. These are the three reasons why wars are being fought, even today. Even today also, wars are being fought. Why? Resources, natural resources. We want that. That part is mine. And so war is going on. Ceasefire is going on. And enmity is going on. It is there. We don't want to shed that. Right? So, means very simply she said, if you are going to safeguard your natural resources, there would be no war. Peace can be established everywhere. So, second question. What was the environment like when you were young, and how did you go about saving it? Now, just you think. When your grandfather was young, how was the environment? Just ask him. How is the environment now? Just assess yourself. Is it not your duty to safeguard it? That is what is the thing when I was a child, which is almost more than 50 years ago. The environment was very pristine. Pristine means very primitive and very beautiful and very resourceful. Pristine and very green. See here, again greenness was there. We were a British colony, and the British government at the time started to clear cut the indigenous plantation of exotic species of trees such as the pines from the northern hemisphere and the eucalyptus from Australia. You see the thing. They want eucalyptus. They want the pine trees here to be planted. And so they have removed our own spices and our own trees here. What are what we can say, the eucalyptus trees, do you know? Eucalyptus tree, the root, it goes on elongating in the earth to the extent wherever water is there. That is eucalyptus. Means scarcity of water will be there wherever eucalyptus trees are there. Underground water will be zero. Because it drinks, it takes it. And if it takes that much water voraciously, then only it can keep that essence with them. And that is what the British want. And so they have started hampering the natural resources and environment. People want to fight against that only. So, what happened when you started working with the women and she brought the women force into working. And what happened? Well, the first time when I told them, let us plant trees, the women said they did not know how to plant trees. Yeah, how to plant it I do not know. And so she has shown it, how to grow it, how to plant it. And when we plant a tree, what is the usage out of it? What is the profit we are going to get out of that? She had explained. And then everything started. What transformation did you see? Earlier, they were not knowing how to plant it. Right? So, one of the biggest transformation that I saw was that ability of an ordinary illiterate woman to get to understand and to be able to plant trees that in 5 or 10 years became big trees, and she was able to cut them and be able to give herself energy, to be able to sell those trees and give herself an income, to be able to feel confident that she had done something for herself. That sense of pride, sense of dignity, that they are not begging, that they are doing things for themselves was very empowering. Not only that, she had increased the natural resources, she had taught the women how to be dignified, how they should have the power. Earning capacity increased, and so they need not to beg. They can live on themselves because she can say it is my tree. That way she made the individuals as free people. So how do you think you can influence the rest of Africa? Of course, if you could able to influence a handful of women, and the income or the outcome is very good out of that, ultimately people will be attracted to her work and they start, and by that she could able to save the environment, and also she had made women independent, empowered, women empowered, that both the things she could able to do at a go. What is the one thing we can do now? For me, my greatest activity is to plant a tree. I think that a tree is a wonderful symbol for the environment, and when we plant a tree, we plant hope. We plant the future for ourselves, for our children, for the birds. We plant something that will last long after we are gone. When we are planting a tree, what we are doing is you are leaving something to the next generation, not only to your own sons and daughters. You are doing a certain thing for the birds, for the animals, for the insects, whatsoever living thing is there on the earth. For them you are doing a favor by erecting or planting a single tree. And that's all I want. You see how selfless she was. And one night, there is a story you must have heard about. An old man was putting a mango sapling in the ground, digging so deep. And the passerby asked, "Old man, what is your age?" "I am 80 years. If at all you are 80 years, what are you doing?" I am putting the mango sapling here." "Mango sapling you are putting? So do you mean to say you will eat the fruit of this tree?" The 80 years old man laughed at the ignorance of that man. He said, "If not, my generations, they will enjoy this tree. If everybody is cutting it, who is going to grow? Let them grow, you enjoy it." That way he said. Means selflessness we can see through this Vangarimathai in doing something for the environment. What is that one? She planted. She has seen the natural vegetation to grow by itself. One thing. And thereby wildlife, and thereby remaining everything, every life could able to be saved by that, by one tree. And now, what more we have about environment is this. In Kerala, if you see, they have used biotechnology, right? and also Ayurveda as the mainstream of medicine they have started. Whatever the disease is, maybe chronic disease, you are getting, when you are suffering it since long. And if you go there, they find out what is the reason behind, and they put the medicines purely made out of the plants. Right? And the plants which have been taken and they have used as the medicines, and the leaves etc. which are fallen, and that has been used as the what we can say raw material for the biogas, right? And again whatever is left over that has been used as your fertilizers, manures, right? That way they have developed. So here you can see biotech has succeeded in tackling the problem of the dumping of food waste. Food waste. If a marriage is there, you can see such a lot of food is wasted. What do? This is our house, that is a compound, and just from this side to that side we will pour it, dump it outside. It will be stinking. We don't bother. What has to be done then? You put a pit, you put it, dump it. Then what will happen? What so will happen? Let it happen. Simply dig a pit and put it in that way. That is what has been taught by the Kerala people, dumping food waste in the streets of Kerala through the installation of biogas plants. That is a biogas plant. Put a deep pit, put all the waste over there and make a chimney like thing, put a this one. Gas comes and that gas will go and it has because our body, as I said already earlier in this one, what is one? Hydrocarbon. Carbon has the capacity of burning, and your hydrogen, it also has the burning. So that gas which comes, biogas, it also burns. We can use it in our kitchen, and we can use it for what we can as to generate some electricity or some energy or some power. We can use it. That is the Kerala way, right? And you can see here, to date, biotech has built and installed an impressive 12,000 domestic plants, 160 of which are used human waste to avoid contamination of the groundwater, 220 institutional plants, and 17 municipal plants that use waste from markets to power generators. These markets are there, Raitu Bazaru. In the morning also if you go stinking, evening also stinking. Why? That has to be removed. There is no time. And remove means what? They remove and keep it aside. Not that. You remove it and transport it and dump it somewhere. You will get your biogas there. You need not to bother for anything. Simply you have to dump it. Right? So this is what we have seen, what we can do as individuals for the environment and its safety. And there are 3 villages. And these 3 villages, they have been affected by the waste. It doesn't belong to their village, the waste. Then it has been dumped over there. And if at all it is dumped over there, what is the effect of that? Nobody bothered. That is what we are going to read in paragraphs. I will read it for you to understand about these 3 villages, and who is the main reason for that also you will be knowing it.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.